Opiates Podcast, WATP.
This past weekend with Theo Von had a big guest. Donald Trump.
That's a big guest.
Was a guest on Theo Von's show. Theo Von was not in his studio. He was dressed up for Theo Von.
Yep.
So
he wore his best blue jeans and t-shirt, and I think one of the production team gave him a sports coat and said, "Put on a fucking jacket, asshole. You're talking to a president."
I think you're right. Yes. I don't think he pulled it out of his closet for sure.
I mean, even Stuttering John could come up with a suit to go try to yell at a president. You can't fucking get one, Theo. You're a millionaire, for fuck's sake.
Well, is Theo's brother his same size?
I hope so.
Because that would be the way that John would be able to get a suit.
So can I ask a question? How do you guys feel about Theo Von? Because I hear mixed results about Theo Von, so I like to ask before I lay into it.
I think that Theo Von is a fun guy. He seems like he'd be a blast to hang out with. He doesn't take himself too seriously. I don't know he's a good interviewer.
He's good in the way that Shannon Sharp is a good interviewer. Like, he sucks, but he gets people to say some funny shit.
Okay.
Chris, how do you feel? Do you find Theo Von funny?
I say lay into it, buddy.
So I'm from the South, if you couldn't tell. Not too far from where Theo's from. And on a day-to-day basis, I run into a dozen Theo Vons. I don't think Theo Von...
Oh, multimillionaires who are in the entertainment business?
No, people that sound like they huff gasoline or spray paint out of a bag and then just pop their little brain cells. So that's my take on Theo. Like, I'm not going to say he's not funny, never made me laugh, but I will say the charm is not for me. I don't think Theo says funny things. I think Theo says things funny. And people like Larry the Cable Guy. What he says isn't necessarily funny. He just says words in his country-ass voice. And
Larry the Cable Guy actually writes pretty good jokes. Is he funnier than Jay Leno, though? That's the question for you, Jody B. Who's funnier, Jay Leno or Larry the Cable Guy?
Oh, that's tough, dude.
You have to answer that question.
I'm going to say Larry the Cable Guy only because he says naughty words. Jay Leno works completely clean, so you got me there.
If Artie Lang were here right now, boy, he would be laying into you with that answer.
So look, basically the allure of this, I saw a clip and I said, I've got to see how this went. I listened to the whole fucking interview. It's an hour long. Mm-hmm. It's Theo Von talking to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I can't lay it any
thought
other
that
way.
was kind of cool about it. Whereas Theo's not trying to be someone else. He's just like, I'm just going to be Theo Von and we'll talk to Donald. It's very conversational and silly at times.
It's crazy to me that it makes me think anything is possible for me now. I'm a fucking hillbilly and I could have anybody on my show because Theo Von made this look easy, but it really went a lot of different places.
I always thought it was stupid when people would be like, if there was a woman president, then all the little girls would know they could become the president someday. They just have to see themselves. And I'm like, that's bullshit. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And then Jody B sitting here going, hey, if this redneck could do it, I could do it. Like, okay, I guess that is a real thing then.
He shouted out like his third grade teacher before the show started just to be like, I want to give a shout out to my third grade teacher who said that one day I was going to grow up and mount to something. And I'm just like, all right, Theo, I hope that guy's still around. I call him Forrest Trump. This interview is Forrest Trump. I don't know how he fell into this, but he made his mark. So clip one that I have is him just starting a conversation with the big Don. And I think exactly what he says in this situation all the time, but I don't say it out loud. And this is one of those parts where Theo said the quiet part out loud.
And he would take them hunting in Czechoslovakia. And somehow they developed very well. And
Czechoslovakia, damn.
Can you imagine?
It's a lot of letters even.
That's a long time. That's a name you don't hear too much anymore. But it was...
I'd need a scope just to get through the spelling of that word.
That's right.
I think,
a lot of people.
Yeah.
But...
he seems nervous, doesn't he?
No, not at all. This is, 4 minutes into it, and they're just making banter. And the best he came up with was, dang, that's a big word.
It's a big word. That's a lot of letters in that word.
He starts clapping. He's like, that's like 9 syllables. God dang. He does.
And poor Trump, is trying to tell his story and make a point and seem like he knows stuff. And he's kind of sit there and act like, no, it is a big word. Yep. It's a big word. A lot of people don't use it anymore.
Donnie played along a lot in this interview to points where Theo just tries to go off on one, and he's just like, yeah, whatever, dude. We're not talking about that.
Yeah.
The second one that he did, he had another flub like this up front where it's just Donald says something, and Theo's like, dang, my brain can't even fathom that, dude.
Listen to your voice then. You can say what you want to say.
My voice back, yeah. I had hundreds of millions of people. Even now, I haven't been too active on X, but I have, I guess, 90 some odd million people on it, but I was much higher than that when I was.
It's like
actually
all the people. I don't even know how many people there are.
Yeah, it's been, but I love the job he's done, and he's brought a certain voice back into play.
Yeah.
The previous people were terrible.
Yeah.
Every time you do a thing, you'd be red flagged. Every statement you made, you'd be red flagged.
Yeah. So it was just the point that he goes, I had like 90 million people. He goes, dang, I think that's like all the people. No, Theo, there's like 8 million people in the world, buddy.
Well, it's also mostly bots too. We know that from Twitter. It's not actually 90 million people, but yeah.
There's a good clip of his face right now. If you're watching this, look at his face. That's just, I imagine he's in a perpetual state of thought, and he's just like, man, it's how he walks around through the world. And
Can I count to 90,000? I don't think I could.
Damn,
I need a lot of time.
Take my shoes off. I had to count everybody in the Cowboy Stadium's fingers and toes to get that high.
Okay, so then they're talking about Kid Rock.
Kid Rock, yeah, Bobby, as Trump likes to call him.
Yeah, they're buddies. Trump and Robert are buddies. And Theo Von comes up with a word. I'm not sure what this means.
I'll see you coming with Kid Rock, and and you don't drink at the fights.
By the way, Kid Rock is he's terrific. He came to the convention. He knocked everybody out. He was fantastic. He's a great guy. He's just a great guy. He's popular, very popular.
Oh, he's a real dirt serpent too, dude. He's a freaking legend, you know.
He is a legend, I guess, in a true sense.
Oh, 100%. People love him, dude. Look at him. I went to his show not long ago.
He's a dirt serpent.
Is that like a mud shark? It sounds very similar.
Yeah, it's very similar. I was wondering if Theo Von's just trying to introduce new vocabulary to see if Trump will use it at a rally, just to see if he can sneak one in.
This is my thing too. I love wordplay and just making portmanteau. And he had such a smile on his face when he goes, I'm going to call him a dirt serpent. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It doesn't sound positive, but you made it sound like it was.
More of a Barry What's-up.
Yeah, right.
He does have a mixed kid. I guess it kind of counts. You're a dirt serpent, Kid Rock. Good job.
Well, he's also a legend, they just said.
In the true sense.
Hilarious.
Okay, if you
The
say
legend
so.
of Kid Rock. You leave bullets and Budweiser out. He comes on the 4th of July.
Now, Kid Rock's brother is missing a leg. He's got a one-legged brother. And so they
sounds like a setup, right? Well, I don't know what the punchline is. So
Yes.
Kid Rock's one-legged brother walks into a bar.
Yes, and he walks out on the golf course with Donnie, and Donnie says, "Can you hit a golf ball?"
Yeah, he hit me up one night and was like, hey, man, I'm having a birthday party this weekend. You should come. And I didn't even know him, and it was nice of him. And since then, we've done a lot of fun stuff together. His brother's missing a leg, too, which is crazy. He looks like the lamp. Have you ever seen that movie, The Lamp, like from like a Christmas Story or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's fantastic.
Yeah, he hit me up one night.
Oh, that got me, guys. That's the only time I've laughed to this whole interview. When he said it, I said, he did not just fucking say that. Oh, my God.
He looks like that lamp. Yeah. And Joe just goes,
Christmas movie.
Anyway, good stuff. Good stuff,
You know the movie The Lamp?
Yeah,
And I'm
The
like,
Lamp.
I don't think I've ever heard of The Lamp.
Yeah.
You like Aladdin? That's about a lamp.
They did show, though, the actual leg lamp.
Fragile.
Yes. Correct.
Hilarious.
So then they get into golfing with the one-legged brother.
We were in the 17th hole. I said, do you play? He goes, yes. I said, oh, really? Do you want to hit a shot? And he said, okay. And he got up. Well, it was very hard for him to put it was really a tough situation because he has to get the ball in the ground and the tee and everything else. Nobody did it.
How funny was that? Those guys are all just drinking their beers, going, guys falling over, trying to get a golf ball to tee.
He probably gets mad if you try to help him, You try to, no, get the fuck away from me.
Oh, I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even know if he got mad. You got this, buddy. Keep going.
What a prick. Now, we got all day. We're drinking.
Yeah, I would be very supportive of this.
Yeah. Hey, play through, all right? Relax, everybody.
He has to get the ball in the ground and the tee and everything else. Nobody did it for him. And he did it. I mean, he goes to the ground and he did it, gets up. He swung. And I'm a good golfer. He had a perfect shot out to the right with a little hook. Nobody knows what that means in your audience probably, but that's like a perfect shot. And I said, that is perfect. He said, I'll do it again. I said, don't do it again because you'll never be able to hit a shot that good.
What is that supposed to fucking mean? I play golf too, Trump. I've done it a dozen times. I know how to play. What the fuck?
Theo Von's audience doesn't know what golf is or what a good golf shot is. I think it was, he took it to the right with a little hook. It's like, no, you explain. Like, everyone knows what that
Yeah,
means.
I can picture that.
Yeah.
Even
It's
if I
called
didn't know what golf was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a good shot. Thanks. I
Right.
get it.
Yeah. Whoa, all that mumbo jumbo. What are you, a professional golfer or something, Donald? Jeez. Dumb it down for a simpleton. We don't know.
So I've said before how Theo kind of rambles through the shit, and it's just you can watch his brain operate on this because Donnie's going to tell a story, and then Theo's going to hear a word and go word association time, ding, and spit out the first thing, and he just mumbles while Trump is talking. He doesn't even stop. He pays him no attention. He's not listening. He's like, man, and then we did the thing. So yeah, this is
a funny fucking clip, and I'm sure Theo would want to have this little segment back again. Yeah, Trump is not a drinker. Never drank, as you know.
If you don't drink, you don't miss it. I mean, I don't even think about alcohol or
right. It's not a part of your world.
I don't think about cigarettes. Yeah. I don't think about any of that. If you don't take drugs or if you don't have alcohol, it's real easy not to drink it. It's when I had a friend who went to the Wharton School of Finance with me. He was a very smart guy.
Where is it, Wharton School?
That's in Philadelphia. That's at Penn.
Oh, yeah. Rocky.
Right. And it's a great school, great business school. And it's part of the University of Pennsylvania, the business school.
It's nice down there.
Yeah.
My friend's brother went there or something.
He ate near there once. Then he was smart because it's a great school. And, but this person that I met, he hated the taste of scotch. Hated it. Couldn't stand it. But he insisted on having it because he felt it was important to be able to drink. I said, no, just don't drink.
Okay, that's a ridiculous story. The guy was drinking scotch. He thought it was important to show that he could drink a scotch even though he didn't like it. And Trump was like, I got an idea. What if you don't drink the thing you don't like? Oh.
I was really mixed opinions on this because I don't typically trust people that don't drink. And the fact that he's like, I've never drank ever. Yeah. I don't know. It could help or hurt him in this case. But Theo.
Wow, you already called Gene Simmons a girl. Now you're saying you don't trust anyone who's never drank before? You're really trying to pick a fight with this guy.
Good taste, sir.
Burn it all to the fucking ground. But Theo heard scotch and he snapped back into it. That was kind of funny because he's like, Rocky, Philly. Oh, it's nice down there. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, Theo, I don't know if you've been there.
If you're not watching the visual on this, he literally takes his gaze off of Trump and starts staring off into the corner, just like, yeah, there's that place we went to that's near there. That was pretty good. Yeah, he's trying to remember the name of the restaurant as if Donald's going to be like, oh, yeah, I go there all the time. It's like, that has nothing to do with anything, Theo. Focus. Philadelphia. Oh, you mean Rocky? Yeah, Philadelphia.
Just stop at Rocky. Go, oh, yeah, Rocky. And then move on, Theo. You got it.
That's a weird thing to associate. I understand Rocky's from Philadelphia. It's a big part of the movie. But Philadelphia has been involved in a lot of other historical things. Yes. Aside from just being where Rocky was born. Just pointing out. All right. Moving on.
So this is the highlight of the fucking whole interview. People clip this on Twitter, and it's what got my attention on it because it made me laugh. It's a little longer, so bear with me. But
it's basically, worth it. It's great.
Theo's gonna Theo-splain cocaine to a former president.
This is great.
Oh, well, all of that is horrible. But why do we allow that?
How did you get addicted? How did?
No, I would just do cocaine. That was really So not just
That's down and dirty, right?
Yeah, and this is I mean, it was
But you don't anymore?
No, I don't do it anymore, man, and I'm not doing it.
Is it too much?
It's hard to tell.
To handle?
Some of the stuff started to get a real rattle in it too. I don't know where we were even getting it from in this country.
Back to serpents.
Yeah, it started to make me feel like I was a mechanic or something.
So the thing you go back to then is alcohol for the most part.
Right, yeah, but what I want probably is cocaine, but I know that if I have a drink, then it'll be like, okay, well, I had a drink, then I can do this.
Is cocaine a stronger up?
Yeah. Cocaine
so you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you can think of.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When he starts talking about cocaine, Theo starts jawing. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did
when
too.
When the word cocaine came out, his bottom lip clenched up, and he goes, "Oh, ooh, cocaine."
That's a guy who was an addict for sure. He's reliving the glory days there. This gets very funny at the end of this conversation.
Yeah. Cocaine.
So you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you can think of.
He was talking without opening up his mouth.
Talking through his nostrils.
Up?
Yeah. Cocaine.
So you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you can think of.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying? You'll be out on your own porch. You know, you'll be your own street lamp. You're freaking.
And is that a good feeling? Well, it's a miserable feeling.
But you do it anyway, just like the guy you're saying with the scotch.
Be your own street lamp. The fuck is
Sir, have you never felt like an owl before?
Yeah.
I love that he called him homie.
Homie.
That's
He called Donald
fantastic.
Trump
Oh,
homie. That's
that's-
so fucking funny, dude.
That's great.
That's great.
So,
I love
yeah.
that. I love that Donald's like genuinely interested in this. Like,
Yeah.
oh, and what's the high of cocaine like? Is that enjoyable? Do you kids enjoy that sort of thing?
Is that still illegal?
Yeah. Should I legalize it for the votes, or what should we do with this?
Jesus
You should
Christ,
legalize
man.
it for the votes, by the way, Donald. That'd be great.
I've got like a couple other like quick ones of him saying dumb shit. Like there's one where, and Carl, pull behind the curtain. We talked about this, and Carl was like, I probably wouldn't check this out because I don't really like it when people don't press their guest a little bit. It's Theo Vaughn, it's Donald Trump. Like I want you to, challenge it on some shit and let's have a conversation. And there were 2 points in here where Theo picked up his piece of paper, handy dandy bullet points, and actually got on topic about some shit with like medication and stuff like that. So clip 8, I guess, was they're talking about opiates, the opiate crisis.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I thought this was
Which is
funny.
a bigger problem in our country, would you say?
opioids.
Bigger than alcohol.
Oh, for sure. I think that's one of the biggest problems.
And
Like,
compare that to fentanyl.
oh yeah, well that's the problem is people are making fake opioids because they can't afford real ones, or they're just getting them off the street and then they put fentanyl in them.
Yeah. Fentanyl's like laced into everything now. It's horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah, they found some in a baby rattle somewhere. I think I don't even know where that was.
Can you look that up? What the fuck's
That's
he
not
talking? They found some in a baby rat. I don't know where that was.
No shit. They just threw their phone out the window. They went, I had to Google this. Theo doesn't know what the fuck he's talking. And literally, Theo, come on, buddy. I know a lot of people die from opioids and overdose and fentanyl and all that, but alcohol, dude, has been killing people steady for at least
Whoa,
the last 30
We're
years.
not anti-alcohol on this channel.
I'm not anti-alcohol either,
Well,
but
you're
I'm,
on the
I'm
Who Are These
pro-facts.
Podcasts network here, Joe. And you're
Cheers.
not gonna start bashing.
They said this shit is a
Okay.
carcinogenic, Carl. It kills more people than anything. And he's like, no, opioids are definitely the problem. I don't know, dude, Theo. I think alcohol still might be number one, buddy.
Okay, that's where it doesn't work for people.
Speaking of Opie.
Yeah, what's the biggest
That's
problem?
great.
Opioids? No, opioids.
That's what he should call his fans.
Opioids. That's
They
funny.
fall asleep listening.
No one said they're the
Okay.
Pod Squad. Where's my Pod Squad?
So along the same lines, Theo's got one more classic line here that made me laugh out loud because he's just saying the first thing that comes in his mind, man. He's trying as hard as he fucking can. So
This is
clip
hilarious. I love
Yep.
this.
A lot of people that want to see me come back and win because we had a great time. We had the greatest economy in history when I was president. We had
Oh yeah, my cousin got a
job
boat.
numbers. Yeah, we had the best job numbers. African American, Hispanic American. If you look, Asian American job numbers, women, men, everybody.
You
Hey,
gotta
Chris.
love that. He just plows right through it too. He doesn't even slow down.
He's not entertaining a second of it. Chris, do you have I like turtles over there? That'd be a good one.
Basically, my cousin got a boat. How good was the economy? Theo Vaughn's cousin got a boat. That's how good the economy was. Should be a campaign
So-
ad.
My wrap up for this, I watched the whole thing. I've watched it twice now because I went back to pull clips. It's fun. If you want to listen to Theo talk to Trump, this is a good time. It's only an hour long. And my favorite part was the very end. You know, Carl, we've talked about dynamic ad placement. You have to deal with it with your show where it's like, it's better if you know where the commercial's going to be so that it's not
Well,
comical when
okay.
you jump into a commercial.
Let me correct you on something.
Okay.
Dynamic ad placement means the ad that gets thrown into the ad placement is dynamic, depending on who the listener is or the viewer.
I thought it
is.
just means they put it wherever in
No.
the thing. Now I feel
This is an ad that obviously Theo Vaughn's team put in because it's a ad read by Theo Vaughn. So they
Sure.
picked this placement.
Well, here's the thing. You've got to get your ads in, and like 9 million people have seen this. So good on them for making sure and
Sure.
getting your fucking product placement in. But it is hilariously placed in this interview to where they're having a serious conversation, and we go to not one, but two ad reads, Carl.
Yes. So insulin prices, very important, affecting a lot of Americans.
And I got it down to $35, which is a very low price. And they took credit for it, which is, now I'm taking credit because I'm talking to you.
Well, yeah, if you did it, then you should be able to take credit for it.
I just watched her performance today. So she went out and,
Who, Kamala?
she lied about everything. She said, this Trump tax, that Trump tax, that Trump tax. He's going to tax this. He's going to tax all these different things. And I'm not going to tax them. She made it up.
Did you know that 4 companies control over 80% of the U.S. meat industry? And China now controls the largest portion of U.S. pork. These companies are using mobster-like tactics to crush American family farms, and with the additives that they're putting into our food, Americans are stuck with sketchy meat. So what can we do about it? Let me tell you about a company that's coming up swinging on behalf of the American family farms and your family's food security. Moink. The business is simple. Moink's meat comes from animals raised outdoors, where a pig is free to be a pig. Hey, buddy.
He's advertising a thing called Moink Box, which I can only imagine. Like all those box things are just random shit thrown in a box and shipped once a month. It's like, oh, what kind of meat are we going to get today? There's a ferret. There's a rat.
I'm glad that I got to see the video transition on this because I listen to podcasts. So I was listening intently. They're talking about insulin prices and Trump's going, well, I took credit for this. And that's why. And then there was a not even 10-second silence to Theo reading a fucking Moink Box ad. And I go, what is happening?
And then right after that, he goes into his other big sponsor.
Blast Theo. You know what it is, brother and sisters, baby. It's time for those wiener uppers, daddy. You feel me? BlueChew.com. They're helping. Blue Chew.
All right. The Wiener Uppers, Blue Chew, big sponsor. I have one more clip on here I want to close this segment out with because near the end, Theo Von again is just saying random thoughts that come into his head or random facts he thinks he knows or things he's heard.
Oh, no. Carl, did you get the bomb? I left the bomb out. You're going to do it to him?
This is hilarious because
shit.
Literally Donald Trump is at his wit's end and it's just like, yeah, let's wrap it up. Watch this dynamic, this back and forth right here.
You could fix it right now. Don't, do whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And she won't talk to you, and she won't talk to anybody. She won't be interviewed.
She's welcome to come on. I would love to get to talk to her.
I'm sure she'd be very exciting. Actually, you could make her exciting, probably.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Somebody said she's a good roller skater. That's what I heard, which is crazy.
That's about it.
I mean, look, we're going to wrap it up soon, okay?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying? Okay, Donald. Sorry.
Please.
Did you see Trump's face? We're going to wrap it up. Doug goes, yeah, please. And look at his...
Is now too soon?
Yeah, look at his face when he says that.
We're going to wrap it up soon, okay? Is that what you're saying? Okay, Donald. Sorry.
Okay, I won't lie to you. A lot of people saw that.
That's hilarious.
I like to imagine somebody from the Secret Service pulled a gun out and pointed it at Theo's face right then from across the room and said, we're done here. Oh, yeah, we're going to wrap it up.
Is
Bye,
that a
I'm
thing
Theo.
that Kamala Harris is a good roller skater? Is this something that people know about?
I'm not going to say the racist thing. Don't say the racist thing.
Producer Chris looked at me like, you think Theo Von has facts? Yeah, right. You think he's coming in with facts on this show? You're right. Good point. I don't know why I brought it up.
Well, it's the fact that his cousin got a boat.
That's true.
I think it's
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, it's the fact that his mom fucked his aunt or some shit like that, and he came along, man. That's bad genetics in Theo Von.
He's doing well, though. We're happy for him.
Yeah,
We're all
sure.
happy for him here at WATP.
Yeah, good gut.
Who are these podcasts?